The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't run for this, you change the plan. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 975. Five Tuesdays we've been talking professionalized wrestling. We'll update those graphics here in a moment. But we have a hell of a show with you. We are back here. I am back from Seattle and hanging out with our friends at Defy Wrestling. So having a lot of fun there. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. I did not get a chance to talk to Killer Cross, about his wonderful book I've been listening to. But it's still, we have with us, first of all, you may have seen in the background, but we do have the Riz with us this week.
You didn't boot me this time.
I didn't boot you this time? What do you mean I didn't boot you?
You didn't boot me.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me...
Yeah, just go ahead. Right
Boop.
here. You
So
have two options to boot.
boop. I got double boop. There we go. Off air. There you go.
Oh, you were booping the eagle too.
I was booping the eagle. We do have with us intern Mac is with us once again. Intern Mac watched Raw last night.
I did.
For the first time, right?
Are you not a wrestler?
I've never watched wrestling before in my life until I watched Raw last night.
That's so
And
badass.
It was an experience.
Cool.
It was definitely something.
We're gonna shock you with some stuff later.
There, yeah, wait till you see this stuff. And then you hear the voice there, Brandon St. James. Of course, we know of 880 Wrestling, but also, what is that belt we have behind you?
That is the Canadian Deathmatch No Ring Championship.
Canadian, I love it. Is it? What are the advantages of being a Canadian champion? Do you get free Tim Hortons, or how does that go?
No, I went to Tim Hortons for the first time on Saturday, and I thought it was absolutely mid. It did.
Oh, no.
I did not enjoy it. There was a long fucking line. I wouldn't do again.
I think Reese may have had it for the first time when he went up with me for that job a couple weeks ago. We need to have you guys compare notes.
Sure. I'm not a coffee guy, so I didn't care. I didn't get coffee. But I think I should have got a donut. I got like a breakfast sandwich. And the
Timbits. The sandwich actually wasn't that bad,
Wasn't a fan.
Okay. All right. We've had bad ones. Like the ones in Michigan, not great. I can tell you
enough.
that. And I can't say, maybe Toronto's not good.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like right outside Toronto. I just got on the outskirts of Toronto.
Oh, you're on the edge there. So maybe you're on that Tim Hortons. You're edging Tim Hortons.
Edging? Whoa, relax, Sorge. We're not allowed to talk about that.
Wait, is that another phrase? Am I about to get another phone call at 2 a.m?
I made Mac laugh again.
Okay. Sometimes I hear things and don't know what it means
That's
these
okay.
days.
That's okay. We got to move
It's
along.
an education. Moving along.
We got so much to talk about.
I was like, why is your microphone so droopy? You're like talking down.
I'm playing.
Oh my God, that's that cheap Amazon one. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
God,
It's
we need a whole new
I'm
anyways,
capable.
we'll talk about Patreon so we can get some more. Get some more. Guys, we need more gear. We're going to talk about Patreon later, but patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Yes, so we can buy more mic stands. Because we just threw another one aside, and I need them for clients tomorrow. So either way, it's a Wrestling Mayhem Show. Let's get into it. Let's talk about. There's so much to talk about. There's WrestlePalooza. There's AEW's pay-per-view. NXT has a show coming up this weekend. But I feel like our lead story should be the PWI 500 that I just learned about an hour ago.
Let's talk about it.
So we got a copy here. We're looking at it. I don't know. Am I allowed to show this? We're seeing what's going on here. First of all, we should do, before we get into the top 10 controversy and why Shane Strickland is just, Swerve is just a head in the middle of the cover for some reason. But I always like to go through and see friends of the show and things and see how they're making out on this.
Hell yeah.
So first of all, 482, our friend Facade, who's been on it
Ayo.
several times. friend of the show.
I think we have a friend that's even higher on the list.
Oh
actually.
no, I'm
okay,
going up the
my
other
bad,
way.
my bad.
He's the furthest number on there. Mikey Montgomery at 465.
Hell yeah,
making a lot of headway. I mentioned his Enjoy Wrestling Championship and everything like that. Beastman at 457. Mentioned his Big Japan and GCW showings. Ricky Shane Page, shout out there. Well, one of my favorites in the hardcore deathmatch scene.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Beverly, that's a personal one I'm looking out for because that's somebody I've known for years. And I know
Hell
he's doing
yeah.
a lot of cool stuff.
Dream match.
Yeah, Bobby Beverly is.
would love
I got
to work
history
with
with I got history with Bobby Beverly.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Love to hear this.
And a road trip with Bobby Beverly.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Back
Cool.
about a decade ago. Another one that we've been keeping an eye on and having a lot of fun producing the last year or so. Dante Casanova with NWA Exodus Pro. He's currently Midwest champion. Pretty Boy Smooth is at 283. Dante was 286. Those guys feuded over that belt and stuff. Of course, PB's been doing a lot of stuff. Long-time friend of the show, Elijah, a.k.a. Elias, is still on here at 271. EC3's dropped all the way to 261, but still on there. I think it was much higher last year because of he had the World Championship and everything with NWA. Max the Impaler at 130, and also a friend of the show, local favorite Lee Moriarty is at 85 now on the list. So those are the notables from the first scan. If there's any names of note in there, chat room, please let me know. What's that?
Effie.
Oh, of course Effie's in here. I didn't spot him going through the list because, again, I'm scanning it, but I know he's in there. So we'll see if we can spot where he's at in there. Anyway, again, Brandon St. James versus Bobby Beverly would be such a badass match. Says
put that out there.
So
let's put that out there.
Let's make that happen. I think he still lives.
Do we know somebody
Ohio.
who has you can book that, Sorg?
Maybe, I don't know. We just gotta put it into the universe.
That's what I'm saying.
Just put it in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think he still lives maybe in Ohio, right? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Somewhere.
Last time I ran into him was LA. So
Gotcha.
But either way, so that's the biggest. So that's the stuff, local stuff we're kind of interested in. Number 1 goes to Cody Rhodes. Number 2 to Jon Moxley.
Hell yeah.
How are we feeling about that? Those are the two that have been champions for most of the last year, which would have been in the segment that this was involved in, which I think goes through maybe through the summer, perhaps. So
I'm just a big Jon Moxley guy, so that makes me happy.
Moxley was number 1 back in 2020, and he's been kind of all over the place from there. I love this path to where he's at right now, and they're showing all the stats from several years in the past.
Do you like that? I like that.
Hell yeah, Gunther number 3. That's
Gunther
cool.
number 3. Adam Page is 4. We got Goto is 5.
Goto went from 125 to 5.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right. He had the belt this past year, right? So, and again, I haven't been keeping up on the New Japan as much. Jey Uso at number 6. I think that's well deserved. He was champion for a bit there. Swerve Strickland at 7. Seth Rollins at 8. Yes, Seth's been kind of background for a little bit there, and then into the fuse with CM Punk until the recent championship, right?
Well, I mean, background. He was 4 last year.
He was 4 last year. Yeah, that's true.
So,
Mystico at 9. He just had a big match with MJF down in CMLL at the anniversary show. Will Ospreay at 10. And then we get into the breakdown from there. So speaking of MJF, looks like he's at about number 30. Vikingo at 29 too. So I feel like we're going to see more AAA talent with the WWE acquisition get involved.
Very good point.
right. And also, Effie is number 42.
42.
Yep.
Oh,
You
there
just
he
saw
is.
it right there.
There he is. Right below Ricochet. Sandwich between Ricochet and Ethan Page.
Can't even read that. It's so funny. It's so far.
You'll be able to see it on the video.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fine. I'm cheating. I'm cheating PWI out of subscriptions here probably.
Hell yeah.
But you get the idea. So but I don't know how we feel about that. How we feel about the layout there. You think it's deserved? Do you think is there any controversy with this setup here? And also, God, this is like the worst cover ever. What is happening here?
It's a horrible cover.
What is even happening? Somebody pointed this thing out. This moonsault and people's faces are covered up in the corner.
Yeah.
What are we even
What
thinking?
Why is, again, like you said, why is Swerve Strickland's head just
Boink.
down there?
God.
It looks like Hornswoggle in this
Is
picture.
that Jey Uso top left?
It looks like Jay.
Under the-
Yeah, that's
under
Jey
the
Uso
W?
top left there.
Yeah, he looks nuts.
Like
From
nobody's
here, at
the
least.
same side. Mystico's flying away from us for some reason. Like,
Gunther's
listen,
angry.
what is? I don't know who's doing art over there at the Photoshop jobs at PWI, but it is whatever that
we
is.
can win a real belt. I think people can win a real belt for the last for as long as
Is this an ad?
PWI. Yeah, it's like the Wrestling Federation
Okay.
thing you can sign up for.
Jeez. Well, either way, how do you feel, Riz?
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I get why he's on. I get why he's 2.
We're talking about Moxley.
Moxley.
Okay.
I get why he's 2.
Okay. Why is that?
Because he, like you said, he was champion for the longest time in that time frame. I don't like he's number 2, but I get it. He's number 2.
Okay.
Because I don't see anybody else taking his place aside from a Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Like Adam Page, I think he's going to overtake him a little bit this year, maybe. But I don't see anybody in the top 10 that's like going to overtake him.
He was.
And I don't know if that's a good omen because I'm one of those. If I've seen one John Moxley match, I've seen all of John Moxley's matches.
Oh, okay. You could say that about a lot of guys, though, especially at that
can.
level. Come on.
Like, I guess probably
I'm
say the
sorry.
same
I
thing
think he's
with
been
Cody.
pulling some interesting new stuff out, between this, especially the ear stuff with Darby, and even what happened with the coffin match this past weekend, and even if we're just counting about the gruesome things he does, like, it's still like shit you haven't seen on this platform. You know what I mean? He is a CZW legend, so
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so
That's important stuff, right?
but
there.
again, he was the AEW champion for 10 months.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't think there's anybody that tops him
No.
ever in AEW. I think he's one of AEW's top stars.
And this is one of those, like, it is kind of interesting that it is like, this is based on wins and losses a lot as one of their factors on here, right? But it is, because that's also like where you're being positioned in the company, Gunther, again, was, another guy that had a long reign with that world championship, right? And it had some high level stuff, even including the Goldberg match, right? Was a kind of a marquee thing for him.
It happened.
So yes, it certainly happened. That's not false, Riz. So, but I don't know. What do you think, Brandon?
I don't know, man. I don't watch a lot of TV wrestling, so I can't really attest too much to the product of, like, especially what Riz is talking about with, like, does John Mox, like, I just can't attest to the product, like, at all, almost. Like, especially with AEW, I watch way more WWE pay-per-views, to be honest.
Interesting.
Just because I don't, well, I guess I can. Do their pay-per-views go on HBO Max?
Eventually they do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
not like live, though?
no, well, now you can buy the pay-per-view on HBO.
Yeah,
Max,
but you have to
actually.
buy it.
Yeah, you still have to buy it.
Yeah. I think
You get like a $10 discount or
gotcha.
something.
I think that's my
yeah.
problem with AEW is that I have to pirate it, and I don't feel like doing that. And I'm just lazy. And I have
I got you.
I have a Peacock subscription.
All right.
So,
which just became a little bit devalued
right,
this
yes,
month. So.
Exactly. You got a very good point.
Well, you got NXT this Saturday at least.
That's cool. I'll watch that probably.
Either way, let's see.
Oh wait, no, I won't. I'm going to be at a wedding.
Well, there's that too. Let's see. Effie's ranked at 42. Matt was reminding us. Partner says Dirty Dom got screwed at 48.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes, just because there's not many.
He's the best luchador ever. The greatest
I can
luchador of all
I can
time,
also
right?
agree to that.
So
There's not many people.
I think he's going to be much higher next year.
Yeah, I agree. I hope so.
All this stuff with the Mega Championship, I think, happened after the deadline for the PWI.
That's a good point.
So consider that. If you're like, oh, how's he not higher? It's like,
right.
hey, that's going to be accounted next year
For sure,
You know,
for
he's
sure.
going into the next year's period as a double champion.
Yeah.
And I can imagine it's all up from here.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
or I don't know. There could be a pretty good dip. I don't know. So we'll see where the Judgment, this long-standing odd relationship with the Judgment Day, keeps going. You know, it's this will they won't they break up. Finn low key disastering like all Dom stuff, you know, and just smiling and walking away, which has happened for at least 6 months now. So, do you think like what makes you wonder? Is it is this going to turn into like Liv is going to come back and side with Finn maybe, and that can be the breakup point? Perhaps. Riz, you got your thinky face on.
See that happening.
Absolutely. Yeah, when Liv comes back, it's going to be crazy. They've not been leaning into the Roxy and Dom stuff much lately either. They just kind of coexist at this point. So, but we'll see what happens. with that.
I do have to say one thing. I just searched for it. At 201, Ludwig Kaiser's in here.
Okay.
They are saying that he is El Grande Americano.
PWI is considering him El Grande Americano?
Yeah, and El Grande Americano is not ranked on here.
Listen. We've talked time and time again about wrestling journalism and ones you can take seriously. And obviously, from this statement, PWI is not one of those. Okay? So I take high. Have we looked at Chad Gable? Chad Gable is in there as well. Are they getting finicky with the facts on Chad Gable as well?
Chad Gable is not mentioned as El Grande Americano.
See, so this is the kind of journalistic.
Oh wait, no, they do mention him as El Grande Americano.
Son of
so
a
there's
bitch!
multiple El Grande Americanos now.
I don't know.
Well, apparently there is.
Well, there is. It was revealed the other night. So, but either way,
Wouldn't it be cool if like multiple Doink the Clowns ended up on the PWI 500? Did that ever happen? In like 1994?
You're leading into one of my gags for later.
Ah,
actually,
damn.
But I'll have to do it now because you just teed it up.
Yeah,
so
my
because
bad.
there was actually a Doink the Clown post that I pontificated this week. So Gregory Iron posted, "Who has a Doink the Clown outfit?" To which I shared along with, "Now tell me why you would have a Doink the Clown outfit." Like
you're
interesting
just
alternative reasons that you would own a
just
Doink
like
the Clown.
expecting
Yes, exactly.
your Facebook or
and then
whatever.
somebody told me they had a Kane outfit until recently. I think Toddy said he had a Kane outfit.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
That does make
That
sense.
does make sense, actually.
Yeah,
So-
Riz gets it.
Anyways, if you have, give me all the wrong reasons why you would have a Doink the Clown outfit, and put it, it's in hit
In
up the post
detail.
in detail, and hit up the post on the Wrestling Mayhem Show group, and we'll see what fun we can have with that. So. In the meantime, hey, we're going to talk about the WrestlePaloozas and everything and see if everybody's happy with how that went. I know ESPN has ideas. In the meantime, let's give a shout out to our friends at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. You guys can support us over there. We gives you a little bit of extra content. We got the Patreon program. You know, we will not be live next Tuesday. We are looking to, we're trying to schedule something and have some content for you guys for next week. I'm trying to nail down an interview of somebody I heard might be in town this weekend. So, but in the meantime, go check us out, patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We do a Patreon feed. We do a Patreon exclusive feed. You can hang out with us all night through this and the Awesome Cast, and when the graphics are up, and catch the as we're recording the Patreon extras and everything like that. And we'll talk about who knows what on that too. Maybe get a little more real about stuff going on around the wrestling world around us there. And but you can be a part of that too. Thank you everybody that does support the show. Our friends at the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Team Hammerfist. There you go. Tupac Family, Bubba Brewer, the Triple B Podcast, and APWF, Jason French. At the Poppy Club level, Dave Profile Partner, Rassin and Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid, True Prince of Pro, T-Pop. And at the Pizza Club level, The Riz and Justin Cleaver. And at the manager level, Bradley. Thank you, everybody. No, that's the wrong one. There we go. There it is. Thank you for that. There you go.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's I think is that DD Vice or Marcus Twist?
Yeah, our
giving him
friend
the wedgie,
DD
I forget.
Vice.
Yes,
Hell
yes, absolutely. We just shared that recently again. So that was from the
giving him a wedgie. Is that
yeah,
what's
he's
happening?
giving a wedgie because he said when they won the tag team championships in ladder match a year ago that he was going to come over and give him a wedgie. Riz apparently knew about this and got that.
I saw that.
Yes.
And I saw them going towards it.
Yep.
And I ran.
I'm doing productions like, Riz, where are you going? And then this like presented on my screen. I'm like,
Riz, did you come from?
You just hear me go.
Riz, did you come from Gorilla at VCW?
no, he was on camera. He was on camera.
Okay.
On camera.
Well, he was definitely like rushing away and not getting like the glory shots and stuff. And I was
Just because
like,
that's I imagine Riz like running down that long
just
fucking.
like he's doing a Stone Cold
yeah,
running.
Yeah, straight up
with
like
the camera.
Yeah.
We
Like,
did
just
not
with
have
his phone out.
We
like,
did not have wireless yet.
Gotcha.
What do you call this?
What do you call this?
Art.
You said I was not getting a glory shot.
Yeah.
Is this not a glory
Not
shot?
the one I expected at the time because there were still people in the ring, Riz. And then I was like, I don't know what he's doing. He's going off and you're like, I know what he's doing and I'm going to capture this
I
moment.
know exactly what he's doing and it's going to happen.
All of infamy. Yes, there you go. For us to show every week. Every damn week. Anyways, there was a WrestlePalooza this weekend and mixed bag apparently. Oh my God, Riz, tell me your honest review of the WrestlePalooza. That was not on Brandon's Peacock.
That sounded crazy.
That's what you get when it's a stale lead up.
Okay.
That entire show, with the exception of that tag, the mixed tag.
Okay, the AJ Lee comeback match.
Yeah, the AJ Lee comeback was fun.
Sure.
But the Lesnar and Cena match stunk.
Okay.
It stunk up the joint. It was the first match.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And if you're playing WWE 2K26, you know that the first match and the last match are your top matches.
Yes.
So if you have a bad opener, you're going to have a bad match.
Everybody understands wrestling booking now, apparently. Thanks, 2K. So, Brandon, you have some thoughts? I'm sure you've seen what's happened.
No, I didn't see anything of that match, but the only thing that I can comment on is that I'm not on Twitter, but a friend of mine told me that somebody shared something we'll talk about later that I did this weekend and said this spot was more entertaining than the entire Cena Lesnar match, and I think that was the only positive thing said about it on Twitter. So
I was listening. I think the Figure 4, and they were on the TikToks, and they were saying like it was 8 minutes. Cena got something like 3 moves in. It was just Brock destroying him right off the bat.
And he brought out the Make-A-Wish kids.
There was a whole gang of Make-A-Wish kids that came out with him. And then the shots of children.
And they showed them.
Children were they were the kids because they all had the same shirt on, right?
Yeah.
Like they were all just
kids
bawling in the crowd, and they just laid into it. And I'm like, oh
rad.
my God, you've scarred these children.
it's pretty cool.
So, and from rumor mill, this is it. There's
his
no
last
rematch.
match? Oh, there's no rematch.
This was the
Really?
match. Allegedly, there is no indication that Brock Lesnar is going to come back for a rematch for John to conquer. We're done.
I have a feeling it's going to be like once the pay comes out for. Oh no, that's in Perth this year.
Well, we already have John Cena and AJ Styles in Crown Jewel Perth.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He said a tweet.
I thought that was the rumor. Like that's why they flipped the switch on Brock beating Cena was because they were going to push Cena versus Brock at Crown Jewel.
I can see them do a Survivor Series as a follow-up, but I feel like there's
That's
more
true.
that he wants to do. So,
But again, that was a Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar type match. So it's not a John Cena versus Brock
I don't
Lesnar
know.
type match.
I think it's shades of that first match they did when he came back, where he just destroyed him. Like I think what they ended up doing was an homage, right? So,
But it was a shitty homage.
It's not the homage you wanted.
No.
It's the homage you're going to get, right? So,
And I heard it was called. I heard somebody call it. It was more of a Saturday night's main event.
well, sure. I mean, you can say that. There was a lot of feature
On
matches.
ESPN.
You did have championships. You did have a lot of damn commercials from the sounds of things too.
Yep.
Did you watch it on ESPN, sir? Are you in that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I did.
Okay. So
Like a lot of commercials.
yeah, like it was basically they did a match and there was an entire like 3-minute commercial break that I was seeing on the feed I was looking at, a completely legal feed on via VPN.
Was
but
it
like,
was it the slow motion dubstep?
No.
music?
So I watched it after the match, but I think we did get the countdown is what I heard live. But when you watch it afterwards, it just skips ahead when it gets to those commercial breaks.
Oh.
Like if I watch SmackDown after it's done, like it'll just skip all the commercial breaks, even though it's like the full amount video, right? And I'll see a little clip of slow motion Jade Cargill, and says like we'll be right back, kind of thing. I can't watch, so I can't watch live because it puts me to sleep. It'll put me to sleep when I'm doing NXT does this, SmackDown does this, and apparently now the pay-per-views does this, which is going to be problematic. But at least you know when to take a piss break. I'm gonna miss the package, No, you're gonna miss a fucking commercial or slow-mo Jade Cargill. That's it, So now everybody is like, hey, I'm paying more for this, and not everybody. Some people I know. I was talking to Chachi, and I think he said it's $10 more for him to add the ESPN because he's got the. He's got the Disney Plus everything bundle already. So or if you have cable, some people are not paying anything for this. But a lot of people for cord cutters, depending on where you're at, are paying a straight $30 for this thing. And that's where it gets a little hard to swallow when you're like Walmart was on the turnbuckle.
Really?
Yeah, it was on the bottom turnbuckle. I realized like 3 matches in that Walmart was on the damn turnbuckle.
That's wild.
It was a pretty crazy thing. I don't think I even finished the main event. Like I started watching it and I think I dozed off for the night and never got back to it. So when I was trying to get a watch, listen, AEW was priority for me this week because I knew it was going to be a more entertaining show on paper. So and I'm just here for that and not respectfully. I don't need 10 minutes of the crowd yeeting every week, and I think I'm starting to get tired of it. As our intern Mac apparently is already tired of it on the first watch. So as we were discussing before the show, so again, we're in this thing where you go to AEW for wrestling, you go for WWE for the experience, which now includes long yeets. The long yeet.
I don't know what even that means.
The yeet.
There's a long version?
No. They just
Yeeting
go
the
forever. They'll do it
Okay.
for 10 minutes. He's walking through the crowd. He comes in. He spins the music back up again. Missy has flashbacks because we were watching. They had the Usos reunite for a dark match at the SmackDown before SummerSlam, and they did this for 20 minutes before the match.
Yeah.
Before Dominic finally attacked them. And,
Yeeting the long way.
Yeeting the Long Way. Show title. Yeeting the Long Way with Brandon St. James. Writing that down. I said the long way, right? Not the wrong way.
Yes, the long way.
Anyways, that's now I'll remember that. So I don't know. So now again, it's complicated when I'm watching commercials on SmackDown of Cody Rhodes trying to tech support. No, even better, we got R-Truth starting a tech support business to explain to the other wrestlers how to use the ESPN app to watch WrestlePalooza.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
that's too much for me.
It's when you have to explain that thing, because there's like it sounded like it was the most confusing situation. What was it? Stream.espn.com, because I was like, well, I got ESPN Plus. No, you need this one. So even I go to it, it says ESPN Plus. Tell me what the difference is. Okay, this is the screen that you land on, and you get this whole like, hey, here's everything for $30, but then there's this too. Like, if you already have ESPN Plus and it's like, oh, I'm just getting ESPN, how? I like it's like, how is this different? It doesn't have a plus though. That means what? And obviously we know that this means you're going to get like all of the Monday Night Football.
So I
and all that
can't
kind of
watch
stuff.
this with like I have like the Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN bundle. I can't.
You have the one that has been there, right? You have technically you have ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
You don't have ESPN.
Okay.
You see the problem.
Yeah.
You see the
More-
problem.
I'm not
here?
even gonna entertain anything.
More money.
No,
gives
no.
you things.
Either way, you're paying more money. Either
I'm
way.
not. I'm not.
It might only be $10. It might be $15 if you got like the whole holy shit bundle, whatever,
Gotcha.
right?
Oh,
So-
okay. That's crazy because I popped on
we-
Hulu for like a minute today, and like right as soon as I turned it on, it was like, hey, by the way, your shit's gonna increase.
Oh yeah, and the rates are already raising too.
I wonder
on top of everything.
So I'm probably not gonna automatically get it either. I'm just gonna pay more money.
You're just paying more money.
So you're
to
right, I am paying more
continue
money.
to watch
Not
the
live
Bear,
pay-per-views.
Bob's Burgers, and Andor.
I don't watch.
And or what?
I'm thinking Wild Guess is
What
what
do
you
I?
watch.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That too.
What do I watch on Hulu?
Simpsons.
Yeah, sometimes. Actually, I usually watch that on like Disney Plus. I feel like
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But still, it's that bundle.
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
right.
and
It
that's
is.
that's the
It's
thing
the
that's
same.
going up. So
the money is going to the same place.
either way, so was this a good introductory thing for ESPN? I mean, only know they know in their pocketbook, honestly, right? So there's that. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if their numbers for WrestleMania are as big as they were on Peacock. I feel like it was a lower case. Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Wow, my allergies are kicking up. What is
Dude,
going on in here?
I got cleaned out. Now it's over.
Now
it's
you're
over.
all good. Now he's
Yeah.
passed on to me. Okay, great. So you can host the show for the rest of it if I start
Nope.
blowing up my.
I don't know anything about that.
That's okay. You just gotta lead in traffic cop and have Riz talk about things
Okay,
and boop him every once in a while.
I can do that.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So the women's match I thought was great. Io and Stephanie Vicor coming away with the championship. That's great. You know.
Pop rope move is insane.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So and was that a debut for that move, Riz?
I think that was a debut. I haven't seen that.
Mm-hmm. So it makes sense. So so the women's division.
Like there were good matches on the card. There were some good matches on the card.
But you just
but
feel
it's like-
flattened by that first match, right?
It's very flat.
Yeah.
It's a very flat start. And I feel like what WrestlePalooza is to us is very similar to what WrestleMania is to us.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't for the major wrestling podcast people. This is for people who are getting a new audience. This is for getting a new audience. And I get that. But now comes the part where it's like, okay, where's the fun?
Yeah.
Like, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
What's the, like, okay, Brock Lesnar wins and apparently he's not going to get a rematch. Okay.
And then we're not even touching on half of this stuff because we're going into Crown Jewel, which is now the Crown Jewel Championship, which we have a champion versus champion to get a championship for both the women and the men.
That you can't defend ever.
So we can't even follow up like the stories coming straight out of WrestlePalooza because I was really confused. I'm like, wait, why is Cody and Seth facing off while we're doing? I'm like, oh right, Crown Jewel is this thing now, right? So which is in Australia this time. Was it last year when they did this championship thing?
Yeah, it was last year.
That was an Australia show because for Crown Jewel.
Was that Crown Jewel?
I think that was the Crown Jewel Championship, right? Well, maybe it's not
I thought the Crown Jewel Championship was in
Saudi.
In Saudi.
Well, I can check that from last year. So, or a research department out there in the internet can let us know too. Man, there's some interesting comments, some of which I won't read out loud because I'm not sure what some of that means. Okay, it's okay. Moving on. So Cody or Seth gets a new ring. Is there a ring that goes with that?
It goes with
okay.
too,
So
yes.
it's like the diamond. It's like the diamond royal that
Somehow
MJF has had since the
MJF is
beginning of
gonna win
AEW.
it.
Yeah. MJF's just come over and win a ring. He likes rings. Okay, in wrestling. So either way, that was Saudi. Tina's pointing out. So Makes sense. It did feel like Saudi Arabia wanted their own championship, but they're going to Australia, so I guess it wasn't exclusively theirs.
To be fair, they gave Braun Strowman a championship as well.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
For
the greatest battle royal.
For the greatest Royal Rumble. Remember, it was the greatest Royal Rumble with 40 people, and the debut of Mansoor, and it was now MXM Collection, which is fantastic. But
that was the debut.
Wait, didn't Mansoor won that?
Did he? I thought you said Braun did.
I don't know.
Who
won? Yeah, Braun won the first one. Braun won the first one for sure.
Either that or he was like the last two.
He might. Yeah, he was probably up.
I feel like there was like a second thing that Mansoor did win. Because wasn't the greatest battle royal? I keep saying battle Royal Rumble.
That was Braun.
That was the first thing that happened. I don't remember that the Mansoor thing being on the first Saudi show.
I'm asking, what is the first thing that he won? It was a 50-man battle royal at Super SmackDown 2019. and he defeated Cesaro at Crown Jewel 2019 and Dolph Ziggler at Super Showdown 2020. So he did get the whole and again, these were Crown Jewel, so it would have been Saudi Arabia. Super Showdown, I think it was also a Saudi show. They're putting him over since he is of descent, I imagine. So yeah.
Also, Braun eliminated Big Cass.
What's that?
Braun also eliminated Big Cass to win it.
Mansoor won the largest battle royal in WWE history at the time. In history. He last eliminated your friend and mine, Elias, to win it. Damn it. Damn it, Elias. You were so close. I'm processing that for a moment. Either way, okay. Well, that's what's going on there. Let us know your thoughts on WrestlePalooza. Let me know your experience if you did get the ESPN. I know some people are saying they got it with their cable, or it was just $10, or it was included with this, or it's not included with Comcast. So if you had local cable here in Pittsburgh, like cable in Pittsburgh, you would not be getting it as part of your package, apparently. So, but other people are. Hulu Live is getting it along with it. You got to kind of check with your cable provider. So it's going to be all over the place. Again, I just think it's utterly complicated to watch WWE now. And but they don't care because they got the money. And that's not up for them to make it easy.
Just give WWE Network back, please.
Yeah, can we
for
just
real.
Do that?
Just give us our dubstep
Would
back.
you pay? Here's the question then. If you wanted something to wrap everything up, would you pay, considering everything, let's say $50 a month for a old style WWE Network that has everything? And I mean 50? Everything. Even SmackDown is on there. That has and even NXT that's on CW.
The live SmackDown, or
let's say live or next day SmackDown and Raw, depending on the rates.
50 might be.
It's 30 for ESPN just to see the PLEs.
So it's 50 for both Raw and SmackDown and NXT, and the pay-per-view, or PLEs.
And let's say back catalog,
and in the back catalog,
and Camp WWE,
and
you remember that? You ever see that?
Is that the cartoon?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
I may have watched it. I can't.
And Slam City, and
they were definitely
the Edge and Christian show.
I liked the countdowns, like the top 10s,
and the top 10s.
Those were fun.
And and all that, and the Legends roundtables.
As long as I can watch Tough Enough, honestly.
Table for Three,
that's all I really
Tough
need.
Enough.
That's all I need.
Okay,
give me, and you'll get your A&E content, including LFG. Okay, you'll get Evolve on there. So you don't have to go to Tubi for it.
Nah, shut the hell up. I'm a big proponent of Tubi. That's the people's streaming service right there.
Oh, is it the people's?
Totally free. Epic stuff. You got to weed through some stuff. I literally watched Ready to Rumble on it last night. Okay. That's what I fell asleep to.
You just sold me on that.
Exactly.
Ready to Rumble. It's amazing. God.
There's a lot of wrestling on there, actually.
I think they still have, they have like TNA channels and things like that. They always used to have one on Pluto. I know.
But there's even CZW on there.
Wow.
And you can.
Defy had a channel on. That's how we did the stream on. Defy had their own pro wrestling channel on there with them and their affiliates.
Sick.
On Pluto for the longest time. oh man, maybe it's time to start poking them for like, hey, can we do an indie wrestling channel? You know,
That'd be so, dude. I mean, there's enough 880 wrestling content.
That is
to run.
true.
And somebody was actually telling me about like how you like do that. I think like basically, I think I was told it's just like you have to have your own server that streams it to Pluto TV, and then
Really?
yeah, and you just have to have a constant loop, and they put their commercials in when they want.
So here's inside baseball. It's been years, so I think I can talk about this. When we did Defy Wrestling's first ever streaming event that was on Pluto, it was the Jon Moxley Tom Lawler match.
Oh, sick!
Right, and we were supposed to do. Yeah, it's been years. We were supposed to do basically, we would put up this kind of plate that was just the logo for the show, and it was made in such a way that it would trigger the ads. So basically, we're like, hey, we're going to a 2-minute break so they can run the ads. We trigger it, and then we come back from it. That day was broken. They had a boxing event earlier that day and found out it wasn't working, and then so we had no ads for the entirety of our event. You understand how financially that went, probably. And again, I don't know the inside baseball of all the rest of it, but I know that probably wasn't a good thing for us. So I'm wondering if it's something similar to that, where it's like you do your server, put this plate up, and it says, okay, now we're going to run the ads, kind of thing.
For sure. Yeah, I have no idea. That's beyond my pay grade.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, just my
That's
technical...
just what I heard. Like there was actually somebody like within the 880 sphere was talking to me about this. Uncle Tony Rigatoni TR was telling me that 880 should have a Pluto channel, but an IndyWrestling.us would be even more advantageous because you have a way bigger catalog.
And we have to go in and eliminate all of the music.
Good
That's
point.
the problem. So
cut out all of our entrances. You could start it at ding ding ding.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be bell to bell.
We just need a lot of editing to happen there. We actually do have a. We're working on a TV product actually right now.
Sick.
So that not for a certain promotion. So it'll be an interesting experience to figure that kind of situation out. So, but anyways, I'm like, can we put a barbed wire match? Like, yeah, sure. I'm like, are you sure about that? Like, you're like network TV. Like, are you sure about this? So we'll find out. So we're going to go out of it. We're just going to put the worst thing up front and see what happens.
I love that.
So, and
approach.
It's like, this is your introduction to this promotion. So, but the guy was seemed sure about it, so I'm gonna have to work on that very, very soon. But either way, what are we at? Oh, hey, let's talk about indie wrestling and local indie wrestling and Canadian indie wrestling too.
Oh, yeah.
IndyWrestling.us, a lot of stuff happening. Again, RWA from this past weekend, fall free for all, including the main event is. It doesn't even matter who the respect to the opponents. It doesn't matter who they are, because all I can tell you is Beastman and Abaddon were teaming up in the main event of this show for RWA's fall free for all. Do I need to tell you more? Pretty Boy Smooth is on there, taking on some guy named John, by the way, who I think dubbed himself the Giant Killer. And yeah, you can imagine how that went. Gianni Michael Enrico against Super Hentai for the regional championship. Crash defended against the former Crash Jackson, defended against... oh no, now it's escaping me. Help me out, Riz. You were there. What's that?
It was Cristiano Argentina.
Cristiano Argentino.
Argento. FKA Mambo Italiano.
Cristiano Argentina. Exactly. I'm going to end up just calling him that to his face by accident. He's just Mambo. He's always going to be Mambo to us, but it was tremendous.
I'm sorry, it's
crowd.
Mambo.
Runway, we're on the show. It's a lot of fun. All part of that. Also just released Neo Pro Wrestling Setting the Standard 2025. Just dropped on Monday as well. So go check all that. And then, of course, this Friday is going to be 888.
You got it.
I gotta say like Effie 880's MV Young's Harvest Moon Show is gonna be going on there, and of course featured on that is our very own Brandon St. James. You're gonna be a part of that card. Do we know what you're doing yet?
I have a home run tournament match against Young Jazz.
Oh, Jazz has been. I mean, I know he's not doing. His numbers aren't doing great. The home run tournament is a round robin kind of G1 style tournament that you guys are doing over there.
You see that promo? Yeah, where he's piecing up the mitts.
Oh yeah.
With Nick's Wild.
Okay.
Got some mentorship, lighting a fire under the kid's ass.
Okay.
He's hungry. I can tell.
Mm-hmm,
I can tell he's a hungry kid.
That is somebody who once again has been going through such a transformation over the last several months.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the win-loss column is not reflecting it, but
No.
you can see
There's a confidence building.
There's definitely confidence building. You know, you can see it on his face. Like
We had that match at Boom on the Bridge, and you know, despite him aligning himself with some of the worst people I've ever met in my life, I was very proud of him for the fight in that match, because that was really fun. Crazy good crowd too, so that always helps. It was a fun day.
It's going to be a fun show. A lot of things happen. This tournament's been tremendous with matchups.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
And of course,
bringing the best out of all of us. Honestly, everybody's like, it's been one of those things that, like, you know, show day, everyone's in the group chat like, yo, step up, because I'm stepping up. If you want to look good, you know, you're gonna have to step up just as much as me, type shit. So it's and I like that. I like healthy competition in the locker room. I like to see everybody trying to outdo each other, especially in a situation like this where we're getting a lot of some matchups you don't normally see, you know, with the tournament. No,
and that's what I love about that, because you could always do the math where you're just like, okay, that match is going to happen, that match is going to happen, ooh, that match is going to happen. So you know, digging into that has been a lot of fun for that. And really, like, that taping, that Wednesday night fights that happened a couple weeks, like last week, was one of the best, like, trio of matches, because I think that was a some guy named John against Clayton King.
Yep.
And then I think MV and Keith Hott.
Yep.
You know, if you don't think Keith can be a bruiser. Right.
And Casey wrestled somebody.
Yeah, I think I don't have that right in front of me right now, but yeah. But no, it's been really tremendous. So go check that out. A lot of great stuff happening over there with IndyWrestling. The last few weeks of the Thursday night fights. And of course, there's a special Wednesday night fights edition that's in there as well. Thanks to COVID, so shutting us down for a week. But you know, it's going to happen. And again, just some good stuff there. And you never know who you're going to see developing up and before your eyes over the from week to week on there. So,
Sandman showed up once.
What's that?
Sandman showed up once.
Sandman showed up to a show, not on Thursday night.
I was
but
so sad I wasn't there.
Yeah. You know, yeah, it's one of those, like, well, I'm not going to be there. I'm doing something else. And I think it was it was SummerSlam weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was booked somewhere. Yeah, it was, because.
But then all of a sudden you just see these like Danny Moe's there with Sandman at the 880 ring. I'm like, what is happening here? Wait, and then Effie came in unannounced as well, defending the GCW championship. There really is a sense of you don't know what's going on. Colin Delaney's been there. You know, the Soul Taker has been around at 880. You know, so
we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
Nope.
But I finally found the clip. I finally saw the clip of the Hank Hudson incident with the Soul Taker.
Oh, dude, that was making its rounds.
Oh,
that made its rounds on you know, some Instagram page.
Yeah, I heard about it.
And I just thought it was funny too, because that was like months ago when that show happened.
Years ago.
No, not even years. It was not years, because it was a Lost show that company that was running.
Okay.
Kind of around here. But because some of our people were on the show, and I think Jazz may have been on it actually.
Holy shit! Okay.
And
wait. Did it just happen to him again?
Oh, I didn't.
Because I heard about this like a while ago.
Yes,
that Hank had done this.
Yes.
So if you don't know here's the quick.
Because I know the one I saw the clip.
Soul Taker goes by another name.
None of us are allowed to say.
None of us here are allowed to say. Okay. And we've talked about Hank Hudson on the show, the ring announcer, a long time in the business. He's the one that gave Cactus Jack his hometown. That's how long he's been around. Mick Foley confirmed this in person, by the way, at a show. I think it's the same one where Mick Foley met Lady Frost for the first time. But yeah, so you know, Soul Taker always says you're going to say my name the right way, and Hank Hudson said it the right way, you know, with his full chest.
Full Hank Hudson.
Hank Hudson. Moving on. Let's move on to something else. You got a piece of gold there.
Hell yeah!
You ever had
dude.
a time in Canada?
Phew.
But it didn't. You had an interesting time in Canada. Tell me what happened in Canada, because I know it's been going. This is the thing that's been going around on
So
the
where
social media, right?
Where should I start here? Do I start with my relationship with this company?
What is this company that you belong? Because you know you're the no ring champion.
Yeah.
In Canadian
Deathmatch.
Canadian Deathmatch is the promotion.
Yes.
Okay.
So they started a little over a year ago, I want to say, and they started with a show that was a deathmatch tournament that some of my friends and some of my Total Fucking Chaos Incorporated affiliates were on, which is my deathmatch stable, if you didn't know. And yeah, when I saw that going down, I really liked what they were doing. I had talked to my manager, Will Carroll, and he agreed that what they were doing was really cool. And so I had reached out to them, just, letting them know what I had been doing and who I had been working with. And they eventually reached out for their second show, which was a no-ring show in a town called St. Catharines, Ontario, right outside Niagara Falls. And I was in the main event for the Canadian Deathmatch Championship against a man named PD Skills, who is a bit of a Canadian Deathmatch journeyman, who I had a great match with and had a super fun time. It's one of the rare times people don't like me. I wrestle so much here, and people love me. There's children wearing my T-shirts in Pittsburgh, and that's awesome. But in Canada, they are not a fan of me, and I make sure they are not a fan of me, which is nice.
You just lean into the vibe they're giving you, right?
Dude, yeah, I have to. I had no choice. I mean, the first time I went, this really terrible band played, and by the second song, had to tell them to shut the fuck up, and then I didn't want to listen to it anymore. And then from that moment on, I absolutely was hated by that crowd. And at that show, I lost the match due to interference by a man named Tyler Arrow. So Canadian Deathmatch Management felt compelled to bring me back and give me a match with Tyler Arrow. And because I am, look at this here. This is from my match with Tyler Arrow here. From the other night at Canadian Deathmatch and Invoke Wrestling presents Malice at the Palace from Lee's Palace in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The same venue that the Clash of Demon Head played in Scott Pilgrim.
Yes! Of which Riz still has not watched.
Damn.
Now you have to watch it. You got a connection to the show, Riz. Oh, we lost your audio somehow. So back to Brandon.
Because I've muted myself.
There's that too. There it is. Anyways.
But yeah, they brought me back to have this match with Tyler Arrow, and since this felt kind of like a big show with AEW Weekend being in town and a lot of other indies running, and I feel like honestly that show was probably like the first of the indie shows of the weekend. I don't think there was any other shows on Friday, so a lot of people came out and they decided they wanted the main event to be the debut of this shiny, large, heavy, no-ring championship. So I did everything in my power to win it, and I did it.
Absolutely, and definitely going around the social media with how you did it here. So I know there is a pretty tremendous fall dive move through some tables.
Oh yeah.
Or some. I'm sorry, there were doors actually, weren't they? Right.
Yes, they were.
We do have footage of it here, so you can kind of walk us through what went down here, because I know there's been a lot of conversation online about it.
Yeah. Sure. Are you playing it right now?
Yeah, I'm about to in a
here
second.
We go.
Here we go. There you
Cool.
go. So you're really high on the scaffold.
So in my defense, when I was looking at this place online, I did not think the stage was as high as it was. And once I got on top of it, I kind of...
You're like, well, I'm here.
Yep, I'm here.
Ugh.
And I did my best. I did my best to do it as like, all right, like I did my best to do this safely. This is probably the only place I will say this. Tyler Arrow got very hurt in that moment. I feel very terrible about it. He has been an absolute professional, a great human. I hope he makes a full recovery. I have also handed over the link to his GoFundMe for his hospital bills to Sorg, so he will link that here somewhere.
We'll drop that in the chat here as well.
Yes.
So yeah, there is a GoFundMe to help that out. So because there was, he did go right through that thing. So, and it is a miracle that both you guys, both you guys aren't in this same position. Honestly,
like I said, I felt really terrible about it, and I had a lot of people reach out to me to assure me that we did our best in that moment together. And it's an inherent risk, when we do what we do, especially, with this kind of wrestling. Yeah, this was, especially from back here, I think it looks really crazy from this angle.
Kind of see a little more of the depth of what's going on there. You see the landing more on the other video for sure. So, and Canadian Deathmatch records as well, I imagine too, right?
Yes. So probably within a couple days, there will be a highlight video out on social media by a man named Mike Indeed, at Mike Indeed, on Instagram, probably Twitter. I don't know. Maybe not. I only have Instagram, so that's what I know. But he'll be putting something out very soon, and then it will be on Independent Wrestling TV eventually. I don't know.
The IWTV, right?
Yes, the IWTV.
Excellent. And we just, Mac, I just sent you a link to share out to the comments if you could, out there. So over in Slack. So we'll put that in the show notes for the show this week as well to help out. Because again, whether you're in ring or out of the ring, stuff can happen. So
yeah, for sure. And I just want to say, man, Tyler Arrow is one of the greatest people I've ever worked with. I can't thank him enough for how professional he was about this whole thing, because there's a lot of people in wrestling who would place blame on me or other people even, and he did not do any. You can go back on his Instagram post and see he said he regrets nothing, and that's really badass of him, and I have endless respect for him.
And I understand this isn't the only thing that you did this weekend. You went to Virginia?
I did.
From Toronto area?
Yes, I did go home first.
Okay. There was a stop off. Good.
There was a couple. So I left Toronto, and then we stayed in Toronto after the show, and then we got up bright and early, and we drove to Buffalo and got original buffalo wings at the original Buffalo Wings bar. I have not
done that yet.
So good.
I've been through it so many times. Wait, backtrack 1 second.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about going to Canada?
Ooh, damn.
Are you a poutine fan, or seeing the falls? Or
I did see the falls the first time, and it was really cool. I went to a skate park as well, in like right outside Niagara Falls.
Of course you did.
Yeah, you know. And I had to got a quick shred in. I didn't have time for shit this past trip, so like we hit a shitload of traffic going into Toronto, and I was riddled with anxiety already, so I was super focused on the match and just wanted to be there and figure out what I was doing and prepare, do my push-ups and whatnot.
Okay. Anyways, and then you got down to Virginia.
Yeah, I got down to Virginia. Worked for did a little invasion type thing with some good homies from a production called Evil Ways. They are a let's say they are an entertainment group of people that I like to entertain with.
Violent performance.
Violent performance, for sure. Absolutely. I've worked for them one other time at a festival called Skullfest here in Pittsburgh. Mr. Sorg was there for that.
Oh, that was that. Oh, that was the one in the Polish Hills.
Yes, at
that interesting old
abandoned basketball court.
That was one of the wildest places I've ever been in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was. I have like a crazy story to tell about that. I don't know if I'm allowed to on YouTube, honestly. That might be a Patreon story.
Okay, well, hold on to that then.
Yeah.
And by the way, real quick, Canadian Deathmatch is representing in the one chat room. Saying the
tell them to get out.
Tell them to get out.
Yeah.
And who's this other? Christopher Michael says, "Congrats to you."
Thanks, buddy.
Over on the other one.
Appreciate you. That's more of a congratulations than Canadian Deathmatch gave me. They didn't congratulate me at all. They just said, dude, you hurt this man.
Get out of the country.
Yeah. For real. But, yeah.
I thought I had problems in Canada last week.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Damn. But it's funny. It's funny, actually, because that happened, I took your guys' advice and took the Rainbow Bridge.
Take the Rainbow Bridge. Do not fuck with the Peace Bridge, guys. It is a fucking problem.
I took the Peace Bridge the first time, and they thoroughly searched my shit. They gave me a real hard time at the border. But yeah, Rainbow, they said, we literally we go through, and he's like, where are you going? I'm going to a show at Lee's Palace. He's, oh, what show is it? And I'm like, Invoke Wrestling and Canadian Deathmatch. And I have to explain what that is.
So you're telling them I'm going to a wrestling show. I always thought that was taboo to do through the border.
I didn't tell him I was on the wrestling.
Okay, yeah. Well, that was the thing too.
I said I'm going to see some friends, which I am.
Yeah.
At a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. And
no problem.
Yeah, and he said, yeah,
they're chill as hell. They didn't even. I said I was there to film some MMA, and I had some cameras in the back, and they didn't even look at the letter from the company that they sent me with. The other one looked at it, told me everything was wrong, and I owed them money. I'm like, what the? This is the same country, right? So
Yeah.
It's wild.
I didn't have any problems going in or out this time, but yeah, it was chill.
But you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, exactly. But then excuse me. Took a trip down to Virginia with the Evil Ways crew to invade another entertainment company in POR Stunts run by JJ Allen or JJ Escobar, depending on who you ask. And holy shit. Is that, and this is all, I'm glad I get to talk about this today because the first time I was on this podcast.
Wait, is it this?
Hell yeah, it is.
PORstunts.com, by the way.
Fuck yeah. So I'm really glad we're talking about this today because the first time I was on this podcast, you had asked me where my love for deathmatch wrestling came from. And I said, I feel like it kind of traces back to the Backyard Wrestling video game, which, it has an uncanny resemblance to this goddamn place. I posted on Instagram yesterday, was I was instantly transported to a level on the Backyard Wrestling video game.
I feel like I'm watching something at the Gathering with these videos, by the way.
A lot of these people are on the wrestle at the Gathering.
And I've met Escobar. He's fucking badass.
Yes, phenomenal dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wrestled there or did my thing and had a good time. Did some stunts for the good people of Timberville, Virginia, and would do again. Definitely would do again. Actually, for the first time ever, got a "Please come back" chant despite being hated when I walked out. The second I was visible by this crowd, they started throwing beer cans at me. I walked out of a school bus, which was my locker room, and was instantly had garbage and beer cans thrown at me.
This is the thing I fucking love about work. We talk about this all the time, between me and Missy. We're there's sentences we can say that sound completely fucking impossible, but they're the greatest thing in the fucking world. And I think you just said 3 of them. Starting with coming out of the school bus, which was my locker room. and they were throwing bottles and garbage at me, and it was great.
Yeah, it was.
So,
it was really sick.
It was like wrestling in a fucking nutshell.
Yeah, dude, it was really cool. I had a really good time, and like I said, I would go back. It was like, especially after like having the like, you know, semi-viral spot, you know, going to another crowd that actually appreciates something like that. You know, I got talking with some fans and stuff, and you know, it was like there was one fan I was talking to like before the show, and you know, introduced himself, and you know, I tell him my name's Brandon, whatever, and then he's like, "Oh, like what's your wrestling name?" And I'm like, "Brandon St. James." He's like, "Oh, you're that guy that did that thing yesterday." And I was like, "Oh yeah."
So you got like the immediate feedback from a viral video.
Yeah, this is kind of the first time too. Like that ladder dive I did at Enjoy last October. That got like a lot of attention online, like and like a little bit of hate, but like I don't know, I probably had like half as many followers then as I do now.
Like, what was the hate on that one? Like, it looked like a pretty clean.
Just you know,
right?
just the typical. He's doing this for a hot dog and a handshake.
Oh yeah,
type
yeah.
stuff.
Typically, that whole don't do stupid shit at Indies kind of for your bump card thing that's going around.
Exactly, exactly. And that was one of the ended up like I don't know. Nobody got hurt doing that at all.
No. It looked terrible. Like
insane,
I was scared watching it on my monitor.
My favorite part about that clip is referee George Ross holding the ladder for me, but his head is completely buried in his elbow because he was too afraid to watch, which he told me after, and I was like, that's actually like so sweet of you, dude. He's like, I didn't want to watch my friend get hurt, Bobby.
Which is so wild considering all the violence that he's seen in deathmatch wrestling. He just did CZW Tournament of Death. So.
He did, and he did not want to watch his homie dive from the rafters of Vellum fermentation.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. And slightly terrible at the same time, but mostly wonderful.
Absolutely.
So that's fantastic. So is that one that'll be on their platforms as well for POR stunts?
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's gonna be. I think that's actually gonna be put out via Evil Ways.
Okay.
Not sure exactly how yet.
So keep an eye on POR stunts. Keep an eye on Evil Ways.
There's some good. There's some really. I've seen a couple good highlight videos from our good friend Aaron Woods Productions on Instagram. He
always
came
fun.
out. Yes, exactly. He came out to the show and posted some highlights from my match and one of the big spots from Beastman and Kamikaze.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Was that POR?
Yes, that was at POR. Yes.
Beastman, what do you think of? Here's a side on this. Like obviously, Beastman has been going through. I don't even want to call it a phase, but I feel like it is like a deathmatch phase of his career, right? Between Big Japan and everything. Yeah. Like, what do you think about? Like, he's been kind of like Beastman's been kind of like, I don't know, Beastman, and now he's like King Kong Husk.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when people will want to say, "Oh, I'm never going to do a death match. I'm never going to do a death match," but then
I feel like he's one of them.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And when it comes calling, and oh man, now I'm getting paid. Now I'm getting over. You know,
it got him to Japan. That kind of changes your tune a little bit, doesn't it?
Exactly.
There's some of the Aaron Woods highlights off of Instagram. If you guys are with us on video, Aaron Woods Productions on Instagram. If you want to find it, it's actually the most recent non-pinned video. So, and who are you taking on there? Is that Tarzan Duran?
That is Tarzan Duran.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
That's some good stuff there. A little bit of fire, a little bit of hatchet, a little bit of light tubes, and a flaming football, guys. It must be football season.
There was like a back to school theme for this show.
Was
yeah.
That's the school bus.
Yes. Well, that too. Yeah. Well, that's always there.
Okay.
But yeah, like the
we just leaned into it.
Evil Ways, it does a gauntlet type thing, and that was the main event of this particular show, and this one was the Gridiron Gauntlet. And the past two have been the Skull Island Gauntlet. That's what you witnessed me. That's what you witnessed me wrestle in at Skullfest last year.
Okay.
With Cowpoke Paul and Jamie Jamison.
Jeez. God, I think one of those Did you take the pile driver onto the chair?
Yes.
Okay, that
was
made
me.
his highlight reel going into the no rope barbed wire match at VCW. By the way.
Yeah.
So you made a little cameo at
Oh, hell
VCW
yeah,
recently.
nice.
So I think we can thank LaMotta for that.
Cool.
Pull.
Hell yeah,
So,
Jim.
But awesome. So Brandon St. James again. If you want to see locally what's going on, of course, keep an eye out for POR of Evil Ways and Canadian Deathmatch for highlights and everything like that. Check out the Aaron Woods channel for highlights of what your match this past weekend. But of course, this weekend on IndyWrestling.us, you will be at 880 Wrestling's Harvest Moon, MV Young's Harvest Moon. Man, these names are getting long. But yeah. Hey, when are you getting a show named after yourself again? Are we going to have an Unholy Holiday again?
Yeah, I think in December.
Unholy Holiday 3?
Yeah, I hope so. So the posters for last year's Unholy Holiday were so goddamn
Get a
good.
beer can, man.
And we had the beer can, of course, yeah. Because we had two. We had the Scotty Swemba one with my face bleeding and like the lightning bolt and shit. And then there was the Jack Pollock one where he did the Christmas Vacation cover, but it's me in a Santa outfit and like wrapped in barbed wire.
Oh, I didn't know there was a second one. I got one of them back there. I've gotten a Penn Brewery can from every show we've done there so far.
I'm missing one. I'm missing
yeah?
which not Home Run.
it
It would have been Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving show?
Yeah, it would have been the Thanksgiving show.
Can't wait. I understand after this month, the October and November shows will be going back to Penn Brewery. So, and weather pending, whether it will be inside or outside, I think. So, I know we're going to be trying for that outside again.
Yeah, it happened once. And
It happened once and never again.
Yeah.
That's what we get for calling something no ceilings. So, I still say we should have called it high ceilings at the last minute. But whatever. Brandon St. James, thanks so much. We are going to be back. Let's talk a little bit about AEW and what happened on that show, and so much more, including what you guys learned. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Stay here and film that.
We are back, and we were just reminiscing about Colossal Mike Law. So you can watch. Yeah, there's a thing where we run up on him. He's still got the big barbell gimmick, right? And I'm just like, I just like saw him coming up that alleyway, and I'm just like, just rolled up with him on my cell phone, and that's just like one of my favorite fucking shots. You know, that and like always, we will never not use the David Lawless in the car getting T-boned by Steve Lapel. If there's a intentional vehicular accident that we filmed, I will be using that forever. So until the next one. And if I have a feeling if I hang out with Brandon long enough, Brandon St. James, I feel like one will happen again. So, you know. There
is a possibility of a Brandon St. James, J.J. Allen match happening in the very near future, actually.
I tell you, I filmed a JCW before JCW is what JCW is now.
Homies!
Yeah. I was helping AIW just film just so they had it. And I'd never encountered JJ. And I think he was taking on maybe Pondo. And I didn't know that the bat they were using had poppers on it. So scared the shit out of me. So, and then they used a weed whacker.
Yeah,
and
he's wanted to do so.
He caught me looking at it in the back, and he's like, "It's real, brother." And he like pulled his shirt up and showed me where I got him. I was just like, I didn't doubt it. I was just seeing. I was just kind of seeing how because that's better than my weed whacker at home. So. Either way, hey, another big. Speaking of hardcore deathmatch, AEW had All Out this weekend, and 2 matches of note in that vein. They had a tables and tax match with MJF and Briscoe, and then they had a coffin match with Darby Allin and John Moxley, which pretty much went how you expected. Mm-hmm. I was pretty astonished that they were doing. It looked like Darby was tearing into Moxley's ear at one point, and to bleed him out and stuff. So it was again, like, I still feel like AEW, this is them kind of providing a true alternative, because WWE's not going this way. You get it from time to time. You got it accidentally because Jey Uso got cut open at the end of their match at WrestlePalooza, for instance.
My favorite match I've seen in WWE in the past year has been the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens ladder match.
Yeah.
That match was one that, like, scared me multiple times. So I like to be scared when I watch wrestling, and I like people to be scared
for the people
and
there.
That obviously transfers into my own wrestling, that I want people to be scared when they watch me wrestle.
And then that transfers into, what you're doing. You are protecting everything.
Yeah.
But
it should.
Yeah. but not look like it.
Exactly.
I mean, that's kind of it when it works out. I mean, doing a standard move, that's really kind of the case of it, right?
Absolutely.
So, but no, I thought those were guys, I watched the first 2 hours on a plane of AEW and including that tack match. And it's just one of those, like, you ever like watch a movie and there's just like, it gets a little, like, I'm watching Netflix and it gets a little violent, or maybe there's random nudity or something and you're not paying attention. And then you're just like, I'm on a plane. I'm hoping I'm not offending anybody. I don't know this is going to happen, but then I'm just watching the tax match and I know what the fuck I'm getting into. And I'm just like, I hope that lady over my shoulder is not offended by what they're seeing. And this is like, there's tax in the back of their heads and everything, and they're bleeding from everywhere. Like Briscoe has this innate ability to start bleeding from the back of his head every time, it seems. Like, he's really, like, is he just like, that's the soft point, maybe?
If I was bald, I would bleed all over my head all the time.
It wouldn't just be the hairline, like typical, right? No.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it would naturally happen. You're exposed.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It would generally, right?
I got hit in the head on Friday with a tack bat that all of the tacks ended up in my skull through my hair, and I didn't realize at first until I went down on the ground, and I think I rolled over and I felt them, and I was like, oh my god, there's 100 tacks in my head right now. And I had to rip they were attached to the strip of glue too, so I was able to
together.
Yeah, so I was able to get the strip of glue and almost rip all of them out at once, but like then they just all tangled into my hair and just got stuck. So I was like, all right, well, at least they're not in my skull right now.
I love the thought stirring a death match. You know,
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's one of those you can do the record scratch. You might be wondering how I got here.
I got memed like that one time when it was like months later. I wrestled at King of the Kill, which is a deathmatch tournament for Ruthless Pro Wrestling based out of Michigan, and it's in like it's probably buried, hard to find on Instagram. Can't remember the account that posted it, but they literally did that meme, and it's me like laying in a pile of glass, and it's like, you know, record scratch, probably wondering how I got here. And there it fucking is, and me, you know, in a pile of glass.
I don't know. The first thing I see is like, is that Effie about to stomp you?
Yeah, that
oh
is.
yeah. This is the one. I was trying to find it, and all I came across was like this image of you with Effie. It's from the video. Okay,
Yes.
but that's the still. But you get the idea.
You do.
You get the idea. Anyways, go back to AEW. No. This is what we're here for. No, I think they had again. It's what you expect. They had something like eight or so matches. Chris Statlander's the new women's champ, ending the reign of Toni Storm, which was really surprising, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Of course, we're playing with that whole Wheeler Yuta's like coming in and awkwardly giving her tips or whatever, you know, so she may go. Pac came back to
sick.
To help Moxley win the coffin match with Darby. So they're pretty full force as far as that goes. The Kyle Fletcher and Adam Page did like a 40-minute plus match for the main event.
Ooh.
Like, I love that they are doing this, like, let's just go all out New Japan style with this stuff, you know. And again, it's something you're not seeing. You know, my God, if Lesnar and Cena went 40 minutes, you'd want to freaking kill yourself.
How many F5s?
Yeah, how many F5s can you take at that point, right? It feels like they get close to it with all the commercial breaks on Raw sometimes, but, you know, other than that, but it's not like they're doing much while they're in the commercial break, right? So, other than that, Edge and Christian at the end, Beth Phoenix, I think she's just
What?
Beth Copeland here.
She showed up in AEW.
She showed up and took out Stokely.
That's sick. Please tell me she mother effing bombed or gorilla pressed him.
I think she might have. I can't recall how that ended.
Cool.
Speared him.
Speared him?
Yeah,
He
I
just speared him and carried him away.
Yeah.
I used to when I was a kid. I don't even remember how old. Like I was in like 5th or 6th grade. I used to go to this indie in like Allentown, Pennsylvania area called WXW that was run by the Wild Samoans.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've been to the Florida version.
yeah, sick, hell yeah. And Beth Phoenix used to wrestle there, and I remember this like
She's a Buffalo girl.
Is that where she's
if I'm
from?
not mistaken.
And yeah, I just remember this segment being on like their television shows that were on like public access TV, like in my area, where she like is at like a bar with these dudes and like they're like giving her a hard time, and then she straight up just like mother effing bombs a guy like in the fucking bar, like on a pool table or something. And I was like, that's so cool. But yeah.
Very weird.
Again, my bad.
I was not able to see the pre-show. Whenever I tuned into the YouTube, it was just them kind of sitting there talking. So I don't know if I ended up in the wrong video or something like that. You know what? I think I just ended up in the preview video instead of the 0 hour because I'm realizing there were like 4 matches I did not see. So well, either way. And I do want to see Daniel Garcia versus Shibata 3 because that was on the pre-show.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
That's
exactly. But and Garcia's gone full Death Riders too, so
that's cool.
I'd love to see that kind of
love
stuff.
to see him like wearing pants.
But he's wearing them all black.
Yeah, but is he
Right?
wearing pants?
He's wearing
Like,
pants.
Yeah, I remember I watched like I watched a match recently and I was like, oh, that's cute. Like he's wearing pants.
Okada, Takeshita, and Mascara Dorada was a tremendous 3-way. I think we're just teasing towards that Okada and Takeshita thing, which in my mind is going to happen in the tournament, right?
Like, say that again. I'm sorry.
Takeshita and Okada is definitely going to happen.
That'd be cool
in the Continental tournament. Because I mean, Takeshita just came off a win in the G1. They keep putting over Okada as like the best tournament wrestler. He's had that championship for between two of the tournaments. He's had it. So that has to be where we're going with that kind of thing. And then the biggest news, the reunion of Luchasaurus and Jack Perry. Including the return of the song. Which is the most important part.
It is very important, actually. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I always liked Luchasaurus. I never really cared about Jungle Boy very much.
I think he's gone through a little bit of a transition, so I'd love to see this version of it.
Yeah,
right?
For sure,
he's more mature.
Bring back Marco Stunt while you're at it too.
For sure, why not?
I say do it.
I'm sure there's reasons, but I mean, it would be a nice kind of extra. I don't know where Marco's been and how he's been doing, but
now that you're mentioning this, I did see something online that, like, I don't know, I think it was like he was on a podcast saying that he wanted to come back, and then this happened or something. I don't know, but yeah, again, I don't know. I don't watch the product, dude.
We're trying to bring you back in, Brandon.
Yeah, you should, dude.
So
it's
if
so
nothing
hard.
else,
It's hard.
at least catch those couple of matches. I mean, it's going to be on HBO Max in a few months anyway, so just definitely go back and watch the Coffin match and Tax match and stuff.
That I should.
Yes. What's up, Riz?
Question for you, Sword. Just want to make sure I'm not going crazy here. Did they do the same type of like vignette with Luchasaurus like a couple of weeks ago?
Where he was like dug
Where
up?
he was on the like an operating table and like he was battling Christian. I could have sworn I saw something like that.
I am not
I mean,
aware
again,
of that.
I'm not saying it's bad. It was bad. I'm just saying that I was like, this is I kind of saw this before, but it was still awesome.
Yeah.
Like every time it pops up on like, every time somehow it like some portion of that ending happens on my screen.
So
like on Facebook or something like that.
Partially related, Riz. This is the time where I'm going to tell you that now is a great time to go back and start watching the Being the Elite channel. Because now we're back into the 4D chess version of AEW where you need to watch everything. They're kind of going. They kind of went back to the roots where it's just them. Like there's no Dark Order doing gags or the
I love
or
that
the backyard
That's
champion.
the best part, Sword.
The game championship, the only real defended belt in AEW.
That's also the best part. Sword.
Yes.
Ryan Nemeth segments.
The Ryan Nemeth segments.
So good.
Yes. So they're back to that, and it was mostly, it was them going through we're not first class, but we don't have the private jet, but we have enough points on Delta to be first class, so we're doing this. Oh, and it was like the whole gimmick where they were doing. They had to do the signing at the ECW arena, but they were like the photos were like pre-signed, and then they ran out of photos, so now they were doing like $20. They're like, oh, okay, you got to do $20 photos since you ran out of the signed ones, and they're like $20. That means we get 10 each, and we're like that's bullshit. And they're like, no, 10 goes to the company, you split 5 each, like that whole thing. And then they won that like $100,000 or $500,000 like match like a few weeks ago, so they're running around with this duffel bag, but the one of them keeps wanting to go to the slots. He's like, I'm going to double it at the slots, and it was like, and he keeps spending money on shit, and I think he's like handing money out to the crowd when they come out with the duffel bag, because they've been destitute since they lost to EVP status a couple months ago. Right. So like again, and at one point they get a call from Jack Perry, and you just seeing them hang up, and I realized this was a week before he came back on the show. So like the fucking like it's part of the thing, to now watch Being the Elite once again. So I love it. I love the whole thread they did where they just like went to the top and they're just like being out on a boat, like they're crossing the fucking Delaware, and now they're just like, for weeks they were just giving them their old gimmicks. They were their TNA gimmicks for a week there. They had their old backyard wrestling gimmicks. It's they replaced the tax with gummy bears during the hardcore match last month, which I guess is an old Pro Wrestling Guerrilla spot that they did.
Nice.
So it all comes around. I love it. The Bucks are just so fucking fun to watch and watch through all these threads. Even if you hate what's going on, that's the point, right? So either way, let's get to first. Let's give it a shout out. Feeding our guests here, our hungry interns are just off of a road trip to Canada and the country of Virginia this past weekend. So we're going to make sure they're getting taken care of. And thanks to our friends at Slice on Broadway, New York City style. Yins are made. Supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Thank you so much to our friends at Slice on Broadway for supporting the show. Let's get into what we learned in wrestling this week. I know Tina learned about the prices of WrestleMania tickets. She sent those over here today, and we'll share that real quick as part of this. Okay, so and these are the 2-day tickets. I will caution, these tend to be more expensive. It's the 2-day combos. You're in the same seat both nights. I think you get a little bit. I think you get a little bit of a premium because you get it this way, or the better seats in the section or something like that. So according to this, I'm looking at no. We're moving out here. We're moving out. Make sure I got nothing. Here we go. All right. So we're looking at the floor stuff, and we're looking at $2,000, $5,000 for that ringside area. About $1,600 for the long floor, let's call that, across from the entrance. Let's see, we got about $2,000 from this is up in the stands. The good ones where you can see the ring and nobody's standing in front of you except for that kid with the sign. Let's see, we're moving up. Now we're in the 100 section, which is still in the middle and going to be about $2,000 for you. $1,000 going up to the corner on the 100 section. We're up in the nosebleeds a little bit in the 200s, still going for $1,100. This is on the end. This is on the end in the stands.
How much are the seats behind?
That's what we're getting up to. Your cheapest ticket up in the nosebleeds in the 300 section. I can't even see where this.
That's probably got to be. That's probably behind the stage.
Yeah, it may even be behind. No, they don't sell you behind the stage until closer. Because that's what I bought, and
Gotcha.
then they put pyro there, and then we got down in the corner bowl. The first night, but then we got in the center upper part on the second night. So it was like, okay, so get behind the stage. Hopefully they put fireworks there and put you somewhere better. And we only spent I think like $100 a ticket or something, 120, 50, something like that. Either way. So obviously I can't say that this is much more expensive as far as like those cheap seats. We're talking about those, you're talking $600. That's 2 nights. You're spending $300 a night for the nosebleeds. That's a lot. That is still a lot, of course. I would say the best strategy here is wait till you're closer. Buy individual seat tickets. I think you'll find they'll be a lot cheaper. I bought my tickets God, what was that? It was like the Thursday before the show that we purchased those, and it was like the corner behind the stage-ish. I think I did both sides between the 2 nights, and it was much cheaper than that and a lot closer. So, and that's the thing. This is going to be the premium. Like everything they're showing is like facing, or I guess you would call it camera side, right? So those are going to be the premium seats. If you're buying them, that's where you want to be. So I'm really curious what those are going to look like when you open up the other side. They're going to wait to do that, make sure because they want to fill the camera side first, right? So if you're looking at WrestleMania, that's what we're looking at. If you're looking at the last WrestleMania in the United States. For the foreseeable future, this is what you have to go for. So I'm out of the running because I found out I'm working that weekend. At least I know now. So I'll be watching it from a Texas hotel room or Airbnb, apparently. So, but either way, T-Pop in the chat room learned Hornswoggle wearing an inflatable horse to the ring for his match against Shelby Wilder at AIW this weekend was phenomenal. I tagged the Mayhem Show on Twitter so y'all can see it. All right, we're going to pull that up real quick here. We're doing that. While I'm doing that, Podner learned that sometimes a boy needs his dinosaur. Of course. Sorry. Also, WWE PLEs would be better with more women's matches. Well, yeah, it seemed to work out well for AEW. And as a little break from this idea, here's Hornswoggle and Inflatable fucking horse. Oh my God. And of course, against Shelby Wilder. Who is one of my favorite people in wrestling, by the way. Damn it. I am going to give that a retweet because everybody needs to see that. Riz, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
That
You were breaking up a little bit. Try again.
I know. I'm still thinking.
Oh, you're still thinking?
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
I'm still thinking, Sorg.
Brandon, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
I'm sorry, Sorg.
We talked a little bit about it, but
I learned that I need to tape my arms and my hands and probably wear elbow pads in my death matches.
But just the death matches?
Yeah, I don't find that my elbows and my back are getting destroyed with glass pieces in normal matches. And mostly it's my hands and my arms. Like I've gotten tore up with I got a couple gnarly deep scars from glass on my arms. Like when I'm just not because when I just normally wrestle, I do one thing of tape just right around my wrist and just for aesthetics because I hate the way I look without it. But yeah, I tried to right as I was about to go out, I was like, oh, I should fucking tape up my whole arms, shouldn't I? And quickly did my hands and I got one little gash on my knuckle here. But yeah, my elbows, a lot of that bump I took on Friday, my hands and my elbows hit the floor really hard. Yeah. Because I was holding them.
Yeah, it was a full concrete floor, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was hard linoleum, it was like a dance floor,
Yeah. What's that, Riz?
Yeah, I was just saying, it's like a dance floor. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It was
that looked nasty.
Yeah, it was very hard. But yeah, I should probably wear elbow pads when I'm doing stuff like that.
So that's a nice fundamental.
Yeah,
I like this.
Driving back from Canada, I would just put my elbow on the center console of my car and just barely touching my elbow to the to anything. I just oh God, that is painful right now, But yeah, nothing. Luckily, I didn't get any too egregious cuts on my back or anything this time. Philip Archer was there. Took care of me.
The survivor himself.
The survivor himself, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, made sure I survived as well.
Good.
Kept my back nice and clean.
Sometimes I want to call him the survivalist, but I don't think that's a different gimmick. I think
that sounds like a different gimmick.
Yes,
that's
I feel
be a very different looking person.
Yeah,
I feel you wouldn't. Yes,
I feel like it's a doomsday prepper gimmick.
That's where my head was as well.
Yes. Riz, do you have anything yet?
I do.
Yes, Riz.
From Monday, I learned Io Sky is an amazing actress.
Okay.
I don't know if you see the the phone video after Asuka attacked her.
I have not. There's been a lot of social media videos that those guys have been doing.
Besides Asuka turning Rhea into a hot Smurf.
What? Oh
yeah.
I thought she was green.
It was very greenish blue.
Okay.
It looked blue, Sorg. The Io Sky portion of it is very heartfelt. It looked like, and I can't wait to see where it actually goes. Yeah.
Well, I thought that was interesting because that whole thing was they kept talking about Asuka's the reason we're here.
Yeah,
I thought was really interesting and something that I haven't copied for.
Asuka's part is good. Rhea's kind of in the background. Kairi is amazing at this. Kairi being the I don't really want to do this, but you're my best friend, and attacking Io was fun. they're like I said, they're doing good shit. Just keep going.
Again, so you got good stuff there. Long tail, the relationship stuff between all these guys. No championship involved, right? Like they're good. They're doing good secondary stories. You know, you can argue Becky Lynch has the best story of any champion right now. So with everything she's been involved with, so Mac, what have you learned now that you watch wrestling for the first time?
Wrestling,
and we talked a little bit about it, but what did you learn from wrestling this week? We can ask you that now.
I learned that there's a lot of story involved because I was sitting there for like 30 minutes and I was like, okay, they're still talking. Like, what's going on? Am I like watching the wrong thing? And then they started fighting.
Okay,
just wait.
Real quick. Yeah, imagine if they
Either.
right on started with like Reign of Terror Triple H, and the first thing you saw was a 25-minute Triple H in-ring promo. You would have hated your life.
Like the whole authority angle would have driven me nuts.
Well, welcome to it. Welcome to our pleasure and our pain, Mac. So
now it's time for you to watch WCW Greed.
No. We don't want them to keep watching. Anyways, otherwise, just go to YouTube. Have fun. So, I learned.
I want to report on Kwee-Wee, and I want it now.
No. We were not showing them Kwee-Wee. So, nobody should be exposed to that.
That's nuts.
That was okay. Anyways, moving on. What did I learn? I am reminded, that sometimes all you need is a 6-match card.
Hell yeah.
This was 2PW when they came back last month, had a 6-match card that was pretty tremendous and still maybe had some timing problems. But Defy Wrestling was 6 matches. It sure as fuck didn't feel like it. What are you laughing about? Oh, because you had 10 matches on Saturday, sir? And I heard that the producer had words with the booker about it.
Yeah, that was fun.
So, yeah.
I'm
just
looking at this card. I'm like, there's 5. And then I'm like, there's 10 matches on this card.
And I understand it's
Sorg
not
does
always
880 every month.
I do 880 every month.
On.
Yeah. Oh no, we've had, and you know how hard I've been working on that.
No,
so I've been working hard on that. Ponder wants Mac to watch the Shockmaster gimmick. So
the Shockmaster would work, I think.
Yeah, there you go. For what? Anyways, either way. No, it was. I mean, it was a show where, and again, this is I think they were on hiatus. I think before this as well, as they were transitioning to, this rebrand of Defy Aeon. God, I can't remember if I'm saying it the right way. It was a whole conversation before the show, but I didn't care because I was not the one saying it on air. So, but either way. They started with Brian Keith and Clark Connors, which was a fucking crazy match. If you think you've seen Brian Keith in like AEW, like you haven't seen Brian Keith yet, like
very
for
true,
real,
very
right?
true.
You've seen him in action,
yes.
right? And again, I think Clark Connors was just like tearing it up over at New Japan.
Yeah.
It was an open challenger for the Defy Championship. I didn't even realize this was for the the Defy Championship. I thought it was a side belt or something like that. I don't pay attention to cards going in the shows. I'm just worried about the technical. And pleasantly surprised by what happens. 2 great women's matches. And again, 6-match card. That is a third of your card is women's matches, right? Great tag match between the Midnight Heat, and I cannot remember the guys' names on the other side. Tina is going to correct me in that, but they were a tag team, and I know they were drinking what seemed to be martinis. And I just was a fan of the one guy because they were wearing a My Pet Monster punk rock looking jacket before the show, and I was like, "Who's that?" They're like, "That's so and so." I'm like, "That is my new favorite wrestler." I haven't even seen him yet. And then they came out, and I was like, they are still my new favorite wrestlers. So it was a lot of fun and just tremendous action. Even if you don't know who these people are in Defy, like they fucking go hard and it's incredible. So really, really do appreciate that. But anyways, T-Pop saying that's why he loves Enjoy Wrestling so much, because their show's always 6 or 7 matches and it allows everything to feel special without being overwhelmed. Exactly. And they're just like, okay, like, there's more chance of, it's rare that you watch and enjoy a show and a match isn't hitting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's obviously there's some DNA relationship between Enjoy and Defy, so there's a lot of obviously shared philosophies there. Enjoy Wrestling was part of the remix thing. We know Scotty does some stuff with Defy from time to time, and everything like that. So like there's definitely that. I don't want to call it high level indie, but like that's the only thing I can think of. But like that
super indie.
Can we call super?
But they also
but that's like it's not super indie like we used to think.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. The thing I like about both Defy and Enjoy and another company I want to put over, DPW.
Yes, Deadlock, right?
Yes, Deadlock Pro Wrestling.
I've not watched enough of them, but I've met those guys.
Oh, their podcast is like my favorite thing on the planet.
Yeah.
I am a member of their Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Put those boys over. I don't know them at all, but they make me laugh a lot. They made me laugh really hard today at work. Anyway, all three of those companies have insanely good quality, and they are so easy to watch because of how pretty they look. And not a lot of wrestling does that. A lot of wrestling likes to skimp out on that, and there are two companies that do not. Three companies that do not, excuse me.
I gotta say, we try to make that look within a budget.
Yeah.
With the non-Defy Enjoy stuff, right?
Yeah,
you
sure.
see what we have. Obviously, we don't have the high-end cameras. They're exactly the same cameras we're using here. I think they're very good for indie wrestling.
For sure.
But obviously, they're not TV, or cinematic or any of that kind of stuff.
That's what it really, especially
yeah.
for Enjoy. Like, I know for a fact that Scotty Swedman goes into Enjoy with, I want to shoot this like a movie.
Oh, absolutely. And obviously that's not, you're also not shooting necessarily a TV style or look.
Yes.
It does not look like what WWE is. It is something different. Again, when you see these, what happens with the, look at the Aaron Woods videos of the backyard deathmatch performance, stuff that's out there, right? Like that is a different delivery, and I love that, and it accentuates the art form of professional wrestling.
Hell yeah, it does.
That's the phrase I was looking for.
Hell yeah.
And it's beautiful, and I personally am very honored to be a part of that process, a small part of that process, doing what I'm doing and working and collaborating with these people that know how to fucking do this. I know the thing I know how to do, and I love interfacing with these people that know how to bump that to the next level for people watching it. So very, very fucking cool. So go check that out. Again, Defy Wrestling's over on the Triller TV Plus. If you have that, you can go see that action. When the main event was Calvin Tankman and
Hell yeah.
Killer Cross.
Oh shit.
In the first ever match for the Super Heavyweight Cup.
Cool.
Very fucking cool. So a lot of fun there. 880 Wrestling is this Friday. Brandon St. James will be there.
Hell yeah, you will.
Taking on who again?
Jasper Alvin Ziegenbacher.
Jazz,
Jazz,
if you will. And of course, keep an eye out to Canadian Deathmatch. And what was the other promotion?
Evil Ways, POR.
Yep, Evil Ways and POR to see what's going on, or the Aaron Woods channel on Instagram, Aaron Woods Productions, to see some clips as well. Some good stuff there. Thank you, Brandon, once again for joining us. Always fun to hang out with you.
Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Sorg.
Thank you, Mac, for doing intern things.
Thank you, Mac.
And thank you, Riz, for rizzing.
Hell yeah, Riz.
This has been your Sorgatron wife at Sorgatron. If you want to find out what's going on with me, see some stuff from Seattle and whatever other travels I may end up with. Again, next week we will not be live on Tuesday night. We are hoping to provide some alternative content for you guys in their feed, and we're working on that right now. So hopefully I have something for you there. It might just be me and Riz reading fan fiction like they used to do. Should we bring back the fan fiction, Riz? No, you see, so
Story 4 in quite some time, but
we'll bring Eamon back in for it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll do a crossover with a Gay and his NB. So, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned if you're with us on the Patreon. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.